Well, that was Will Myers, and he is back in the Padres lineup tonight, hitting leadoff and playing left field. Will was activated off the disabled list earlier today after dealing with a back and oblique strain that sidelined him for more than a month. Now, he's only played in 10 games with the Padres this season because of injuries, so he's extremely excited to be back in the clubhouse and back with his teammates. Here's more from Will Myers and manager Andy Green on the move.
More on that. Let's go down to Heilbrunn.
Thanks so much, Kevin. Well, the Toreros will be without one of their starters and leading rebounders tonight in Yowan Masalski. He suffered an ankle sprain in Wednesday's game against Ole Miss, and that means more production from the bench, specifically Alex Floresca. He played a season-high 36 minutes on Wednesday. Now, head coach Sam Scholl told me they will be looking for him to fight through fatigue. He's not used to playing this much. They will need him to make good decisions even when he's tired. Guys, USD has not leaned on their bench much this season, but it's that next man up mentality tonight, Kevin.
Thanks, Annie. Yeah.
And that was Padres outfield coach Skip Schumacher on the right field wall here at SunTrust Park. I'm standing above it right now. It's 16 feet tall, 10 feet of that is cushion, 6 feet of that is brick. And you can see along right field those chain link insets. That's actually a restaurant down there. But as Skip said, the ball plays differently depending on what part of the wall it hits. And that was by design. They wanted that element when they built the ballpark. Hunter Renfro told me that the trick to playing that brick is to resist the urge and the instinct to run backwards when a ball is hit hard over your head, and instead to stay put because you know it's going to ricochet off that wall and come right back at you. Now, I know we've got a guy in the booth who has played some outfield in his life. It's definitely not Mark Grant. Tony Gwynn Jr., I know you haven't played this ballpark specifically, but how would you play this wall if you knew that was coming at you?
Well, Annie,
Yeah, guys, Luis Perdomo, he had that rough start yesterday, allowing 6 runs in that third inning. And after the game, manager Andy Green said that he was experiencing some shoulder soreness. Well, today they put him on the 10-day DL with a shoulder strain. It's something that he's had in his career before, twice before. He's recovered from it quickly, but they want to take their time with it this time, see why it keeps recurring. And that opens up a rotation spot. So Jordan Lyles was expected to make another rehab start. He might not make that now. He might join the rotation earlier than expected, but nothing is set in stone. And of course, the trade deadline might also shake things up. All right, Austin, we're going to get to the home run, but it was that stolen base in the second inning that proved clutch and got the first run on the board. You don't do it often, only your second of the year. What was going through your mind on that one?
Tigers, let's go down to Annie with Brian Dutcher and Matt Mitchell.
Thanks so much, Kevin. Brian, a lot of attack and energy from your guys tonight. Is this the performance you've been waiting to see?
Well, you know, coming up.
Rebounding has been a point of emphasis for this team. What did you think of the job they did tonight? You did get a lot of those freshmen involved, and you've been talking about doing that. How valuable was that in this game, and how do you think they did? Brian, thank you so much. Congratulations. All right, bringing in Matt Mitchell now. Matt, congratulations on the win. You said yesterday that you wanted to take those losses personal in Maui. How do you think you guys responded today? A career-high 3 hits tonight, one of those a home run. What kind of work have you been putting in behind the scenes to be so comfortable at the plate right now?
Himself.
And one more note about Jacob Nix. He's the 5th starting pitcher to make a debut for the Padres this season. And if you need more proof of the youth movement, look no further than this weekend. You've got Nix tonight, Walker Lockett tomorrow, and then Joey Lucchesi on Sunday. So 3 rookies right in a row. The Padres sticking to their plan of looking at these young arms and seeing what they have for the future. Halftime here at the Jenny Craig Pavilion, and we are tied between USD and Long Beach State. Well, Toreros head coach Sam Scholl proves you really can go home again. He is the epitome of that, having played at USD for 2 seasons back in the 90s, then becoming an assistant coach for 10 seasons before becoming interim head coach late last season after Lamont Smith resigned. And now, officially, it is his team. And guys, if you watch USD break the huddle, they shout EPM after each huddle. It stands for Every Possession Matters. It's something Coach Scholl started. It's his way of reminding these players that every possession on the court matters, but also everything they do off the court. Whether they're talking to someone or they're learning in class, he wants them to maximize every opportunity they have. So EPM, Every Possession Matters, and of course Coach Scholl making the most of his opportunities. And it doesn't hurt that he's got 18 years of coaching experience in the WCC as well. Well, coming up, a big second half between USD and Long Beach State here on Fox Sports San Diego. Welcome back to Viejas Arena, where the Aztecs lead Jackson State 26-9. And on this roster, there are 4 true freshmen. 2 of them have the last name Mensah. They are both from Ghana, but they are not related. They are connected, however, by an assistant basketball coach out of Miramar College. His name is Kwaku Amuaku, and he started the African Youth Basketball Organization, a nonprofit that takes players from Africa and develops them at the high school and collegiate level. And the Mensahs were 2 of his prospects. Now, coincidentally, 2 other freshmen were also born outside of North America, Agwakarap in Africa and Ed Chang in Germany. Both of them grew up together in the Sudanese community in Nebraska. Now, Brian Dutcher told me that it's purely coincidence that there are 4 international freshmen, but he said this is a good thing. If they can develop these guys and turn them into great players, it's going to open the door for more international players to want to come play for San Diego State. Kevin? Yeah, and you know, video of Bochy talking about Hoffman actually ended up being the introductory video before Trevor gave his speech, and neither one of them knew it was going to happen. Trevor didn't know that, and neither did Bruce Bochy, so that was a cool moment for both of them to share. And oh yeah, the Giants lost 4 straight before Bochy went to Cooperstown. They won when he was away. He's back now, so if you believe in superstition, this might work out better for the Padres. Mike?
Well, hey, if it works out better for the Padres, I'll buy on superstition for sure.
That's right.
Andy, thanks very much.
Giants leading the Padres 3-0 in the bottom of the 2nd inning. And as we reflect on Trevor Hoffman's Hall of Fame weekend in Cooperstown, there were friends there, there was family there. There was also a lot of Padres fans there. And we're going to look at a tweet right here from Crazy Charisma on Twitter. Charisma Rapasura, she actually organized a fan meetup in Cooperstown. So much, Don, and you know, enough can't be said about reliever Robbie Erlin right now. He's been an absolute innings eater for the Padres. He went 5 2/3 scoreless against the Marlins last night, really getting the Padres out of a jam after Eric Lauer left in the 3rd inning. And Erlin's been doing it all season. He's posting a 1.57 ERA through 28.2 innings of relief. He's kept the team in games. He's kept the bullpen fresh, and that's been a big deal on a team with a few young guys in the starting rotation. Perhaps most impressive about Robbie Erlin is that he didn't pitch for 2 years in the big leagues because of Tommy John surgery and complications from that. So he's come back with a vengeance. And you know, all weekend we will be talking about the career and accomplishments of Trevor Hoffman, but you might not know that he also works for the team on a day-to-day basis. His official title is Special Assistant to the Padres. The reality is he does a little bit of everything, from coaching and instructing to even scouting and developing players in the minor leagues within the organization. And you know, over spring training, he held these mini coaching sessions that were appropriately named Trevor's Time, where he would work with a few relievers at a time, and they were able to ask him anything and everything about the game. It was easily one of the highlights of spring training. And even today in the clubhouse, Kirby Yates, Phil Maton, Robert Stock, they all said again how invaluable it was just to pick the brain of a Hall of Famer and someone so good at his craft, and also build a relationship with him, and that relationship continues today. Padres leading the Pirates 1-0 here at Petco Park, and I am joined by Richard Williams, Trevor Williams' dad, the starting pitcher for the Pirates. And this is his first time pitching at Petco Park. San Diego kid, Rancho Bernardo High. So I got to ask you first, what is this moment like, and how nervous are you, Richard?
It's extremely special being here for letting him pitch for the first time here. And the way the system is set up, I don't know if I'm ever going to see him pitch here again, even if he has a 5-10 year career. It's hard. The planets have to be lined up perfectly. So it's really, really special.
Now, we talked about in the last inning the fact that you kind of didn't want to sit here because you didn't want to be in his line of sight. So you sent out a tweet today in disguise. How do you think that's going, that disguise? You took it off, I see.
I took it off because I don't want to create anything. Tonight's all about Trevor. It's not about me, of course. And I just thought it was funny when I'd be in disguise. But no, I pray Trevor doesn't see me. And he said he won't. And we talked about it. And he said, if I'm looking at you, then I'm not doing my job. And he probably doesn't see me.
Now, you guys have had season tickets to Padres games since 1991, back in the old Jack Murphy days. Trevor Hoffman, Tony Gwynn, Ken Caminetti. Can you tell me about some of the memories you shared with Trevor back in those days?
Well, I have 3 boys. We've had the seats we're sitting in here right now are our actual season tickets. I go to about 60, 70 games a year when I'm not seeing Trevor. Trevor grew up. Trevor grew up with the Padres. I have pictures of him in a car seat. Back at Jack Murphy, the screen was right in front of us, and we had to keep our hands back, and I had to keep my 3 boys from touching the rail because they'd get their fingers broken. So I have great memories. Trevor grew up loving the Padres, cheering for Trevor. It happens to be Trevor William Hoffman, so I'd be screaming, "Put in Trevor Williams," and it'd be Trevor William Hoffman. All of the Hoffman boys were in front of us the whole time. So I've watched their 3 boys grow up, and it's fun.
And a birthday party there as well, right? You got a birthday shout out.
We have when he was 5 years old, we happened to be here. His favorite player was Ken Caminetti, and I happened to get a shot with Ken Caminetti warming up in the 4th inning while it said "Happy Birthday, Trevor," and that's pretty special.
I've got to ask you, Richard, you were diagnosed, unfortunately, with stage 4 lymphoma back in 2015. Given 2 to 3 months to live, you were told to get your affairs in order, and miraculously, here you are right now. What has that journey been like, and how much more meaningful does that make this moment?
Every day's a blessing. When you're a cancer patient, you live from blood work to blood work, and every quarter I'm doing blood work. Every day's a blessing. I get to see my son pitch. How exciting! I get to see him win his first game in 1996 or 95, whatever it was. I'm blowing my mind, but and I got to see that every day. I watch sunrises and sunsets. I'm the happiest guy in this stadium. I really am. And I'm going to spend every nickel of my money watching Trevor pitch because it's such a short career. Even if he goes 10 years, it's short.
Yeah, we all saw that hug that you shared with him after he made his debut, right? So you got to see that, and now you get to see this as well. It's got to be pretty neat.
It will be, and then win, lose, or draw tonight, it'll be fun taking pictures with him. I'm convinced that no matter what happens tonight, it's a long journey, but I'm so happy to be alive. And my friends know that, my sons know that, my family knows that. Every day is such a blessing, and everyone here, you're free of cancer, but you're never free of cancer. It just manifests itself a different way. And I pray and that I can continue on watching my son from the front row Padre tickets.
Just amazing. Richard, we are so appreciative to you for taking the time to sharing that with us. I've got to tell Dawn and Mud that you are keeping meticulous score here. It's pretty amazing. And we hope that you enjoy watching your son tonight with such a special moment. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me on. And go Padres when they're not playing the Pirates.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Dawn Mudd, such a special man right here.
Really, that's outstanding, Annie. Terrific. Thank you very much.